Yo, what's up guys, I'm back, got a review here. This time we have this 90 red Marne. Now I know I'm a little bit late to this and a lot of people will be not using this card anymore, but with that being said, I thought I'd still get the review out, just a little flex and all that kind of stuff. But on stats, sensor is 5'9", got the high medium work rates, he's right footed with 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Now as you can see, I play a lot of games with this card. You may be like, that's a bad record, but he has played a lot of the games wide and stuff like that, so he will have a low record than let's say Neymar would. On alternatives, so he can play left mid, he can play left wing, and he can also play centre forward, so he's got a little bit of variety to be fair. On stats, he's got the 91 pace, the 85 shooting, the 82 passing, the 89 dribbling, and the 78 physical. So on paper, looks like quite a nice well-rounded card. As I've already talked about, I played him in a whole variety of positions, so you will see a lot of goals from maybe wide, from striker. It just all depends really. If you do enjoy the clips or want to see more, please do subscribe. It genuinely does help the channel out a lot, and I'll see you after the positive and negatives. Peace.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. I'm here and I'm fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Oh,
so on to what everyone thought about this Marne card. Now first we kick off with the 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Now this is obviously a common thing for Marne to have on his card. He's always had 4-star, 4-star, and it's just a very nice thing to be fair. The 4-star weak foot generally is quite consistent at times, also can be a little bit inconsistent. It's a 4-star weak foot, what do you really expect? Now the 4-star skills obviously are quite nice with the agility, as you can see 94 base, and it just allows him to be very swift and agile due to the lack of ketters and stuff like that. Now the pace to me, generally speaking, really fast. He'll burst from goal and he'll get past those defenders really nicely with that acceleration. And obviously the sprint speed is far higher than some of the centre backs is, so he'll definitely carry him through on goal. Now shooting for me, generally speaking, it was most time decent. The attack was definitely a standout stat. But with that being said, the finishing at times was a little bit inconsistent, and I do put this down to the composure at times. It just, a lot of the shots might be missed or hit the post or something like that, and it was a little bit annoying considering he doesn't really have that many of chances for me because he's wide and stuff like that. So the shooting for me, a little bit inconsistent to be honest. Now the passing for me, the ones that matter are the vision, the short pass and the curve. Now generally he's got them, and especially the Deadeye Camps, which I highly recommend, or maybe something like a finisher or maybe a sniper, but I think the Deadeye is best for him. It boosts his attributes really nicely and just allows you 1-2 passing and stuff like that. But with that being said, this is why I don't recommend you playing him central cam, because he's got that low long pass, so he's not really going to be able to switch the balls very easily. So this is why I feel like he's a better wide card or maybe a striker. Now the dribbling for me, along with his pace, is probably a standout attribute. The agility is really good. His twisting and turning circle is amazing. The ball control generally was quite decent. Obviously had a few here and there touches. The smaller players don't really notice it as much, but with this card he's actually got 87, so it was a little bit low, and I did actually notice it 1 or 2 times, and I was getting a little bit frustrated, but overall mainly decent. Reactions are also really good on this card, and as well, this is what I feel like was a little bit like over what it should be. So the balance and the strength are actually really nice combo, because the strength doesn't look like it should be amazing, but generally it was actually quite good, and he will be able to hold off a few fullbacks and even a few centre backs at times, maybe like the Kundes and stuff like that. But generally I actually quite enjoyed that. Now, as I already talked about, the composure is a little bit low, which means the consistency would be a little bit off at times, and as you can see by some of the shooting attributes, it would let him down. Now, the physicals for me. So he's actually quite a good aerial threat with 88 jumping, 85 head accuracy. He is 5'9", so he's not going to be like the highest of cards for jumping. But with that being said, he still can jump and still can head the ball into the back of the net. Now, the stamina for me is one of his key important parts. He can run all game, and this is why if you're going to play him wide or striker, with the right instructions, he can generally run for 120 minutes. And this is why I feel like it's just amazing. Anything with like 85 or above, and it just lasts all game, that's just a really nice, desirable attribute. As I've already talked about, the strength is decent. The aggression is a little bit low. I want that 80 plus. But with that being said, the strength and the balance also are quite decent. So, onto my overall scores for the card then. Now, first I'm kicking off straight away with the pace. Now, overall for the pace, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I don't give any higher than that, purely because it is faster cards like Anthony, Mbappe, Alawayo and stuff like that. But with that being said, he is still really rapid, to be fair. Now, shooting for me, overall I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I just feel like it was a little bit inconsistent. The attack position and the runs are really good, but the shooting at times was just a little bit inconsistent. I don't know what it was. I feel like it's mainly composure, but generally speaking, it was a little bit consistent. Now, the passing for me, the ones that matter are actually quite decent, so I'm not going to mark them down too much. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. He can do the short pass, he can do the vision, and a little bit of the curve here and there, but you need to stay away from that if possible. Now, the dribbling actually for me are actually really good. If you had the 5-star skills and high composure, I would give it more like a 9.5. But overall, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I just feel like they could be boosted a little bit more with the ball control as well, the composure with the 5-star skills. So overall, I think that's fair. Now, the physicals for me, he's got the good head and axis jump, he's got the good stamina, he's got the decent strength with the balance, to be fair. So overall, I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10. I can't give it any higher because he hasn't got the highest strength or aggression. Like, I would want a little bit higher. But with that being said, he has got a little bit of that. So generally speaking, that's a fair score, I would say. Now, on overall score from him, I'm going to get 8.2 out of 10. I feel like this card will get outdated quite fast and he will become a bench player for me, unfortunately. But it is still a nice card for the start of the game, and I feel like he'll be usable until maybe end of December. But with that being said, for value of coins, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. He's kind of hard to link because there's not many good players in the Bundesliga, especially being from Bayern. There's only really Neuer and stuff like that, especially in Senegalese, there's only really Mendy the keeper and Koulibaly. So it's not really the best of links. So generally speaking, there is probably better cards for your money. But that's all for my view. As always, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do subscribe. It generally does help the channel out a lot. But I've got nothing more to say, so I'll see you in the next video, and peace out, guys.